Huh? Oh, thank you too.
Thank you, ice cream.
That's good ice cream.
Yeah, man. You know, whoever said ice cream was just a summertime treat, they didn't know what they were talking about.
Whoever said that, Steve?
People.
I have never heard that ever.
Well, you've never heard the phrase, please don't squeeze the kishka with anyone else but me, but it's a thing.
No, it's not. You just made that up.
Wow. Who are you? Merriam or Webster?
Merriam or Webster?
You know, the dictionary duo. They invented words and phrases and spelling and stuff.
Merriam-Webster is a publishing company. They didn't invent words or phrases or stuff. They publish dictionaries. Maybe that's where your confusion lies?
My supposed confusion lays.
I'm pretty sure it's lies, Steve.
Oh, maybe we should look that up, Mrs. Weber. I think you'll find that lies means untruth, not being truthful, as in lying.
Sometimes I wish you'd lie on a busy train track, Steve.
You want me to be untruthful to major rail transportation? Man, what kind of horrific person are you? Give me that.
Why?
You don't deserve such a treat as this frozen cow pea.
Frozen cow pee?
Yeah.
Well, you're a bucket of frozen cow pee. Oh, jeez. Hello and welcome to This Week in Review with the Chamber of Comedy. I'm Dave Hanwright.
And I'm Steve Burnett, and this week's update is brought to you by Maine Repertory Theater and the Giblet Notch Travel and Tourism Board, who invite you to visit the world's largest free-range turkey farm, Tom's Place.
Gobble up the savings and bag your own favorite Thanksgiving centerpiece while frolicking through acres and acres of our fine, feathered, free-roaming friends.
Better leave the kids home for this road trip, Kenny. I'm riding shotgun. Literally. Dave?
Steve, the NBA basketball season has finally come to a close with the lowest television ratings in recent history, as the Los Angeles Lakers were crowned this year's champs of the hardwood, with the conclusion of what seemed to be the season that would never end. You know what that means.
Yes, Dave, it marks roughly 3.5 hours before the official start of the next NBA season.
This just in, Steve. There has been a change to the Rocky Fields Middle School lunch menu for next Tuesday. What many thought was going to be a beef patty entree has been changed to an assortment of fish sticks with tartar sauce. The side dish of corn is still on the menu as of now.
Dave, any word concerning the scheduled fruit cup?
No, Steve. We will, of course, bring you further updates as they come in. But in the meantime, we wish the Rocky Fields Middle School the very best of luck.
Absolutely. Trying times, for sure.
Yes, in a somewhat related story, there's been yet another recall at our local grocery stores.
That's right, Dave. The ever-popular Yukon Chuck's frozen beef patty is being pulled from the freezer shelves throughout the state, as traces of actual beef have been detected.
Anyone who purchased the Economy 64 Patty Party Pack in the past couple of weeks are encouraged to return them to your local grocer for a full refund, but with the attitude provided for free from the customer service representative. We've been assured of that.
You know, let's just hope we've gotten to everyone within the sound of our update in time, Dave.
Somewhat troubling news this time around. What with the NBA, the school menu, and now the frozen beef patties.
A lot of pressure being heroic news anchors during these moments, Dave, but these are shoulder pads that you and I have prepared ourselves for years to wear. I am worried, though, about that fruit cup.
Thanks, Steve. But I don't I don't see how you can call us heroes.
My pleasure, Treasure. Who knows? Maybe our next story will be uplifting and bring delight to the masses. You know, it would help if you start the next story with the word meanwhile.
Meanwhile, in an effort to compete with daylight savings time, which wraps up November 1st, the Paco National Credit Union has announced a new promotion called Daylight Checking Time.
Oh.
Customers will receive $1 bonus in their checking account each day.
Wow.
As long as their daily average balance does not dip below the magic $3 million mark between November 1st and the start of the new year. Savvy savers can earn an additional $60.
Wow. When pressed if the kids will still receive a complimentary balloon as they accompany their parents at the bank during this promotion, General Manager Shannon Flowerlips asked us to kindly stop pressing her. I think she was just embarrassed, Dave, because she didn't have an answer to the question.
Or because you probably forgot to wear a shirt when you went to interview her.
It could be that.
He's the notoriously eccentric collector and expert on all things antique. His name? Spackle DeWall. Most recently, Mr. DeWall has amassed the world's most eclectic paperclip collection, maintaining he has collected a paperclip from every country in the world.
You know, the paperclip is one of the most devilish devices ever devised by mankind. I learned that while serving time in the state prison system. Some another inmate or a sort took 5 paper clips and bent them into a samurai sword and forced me to they forced me to sing songs from the hit Broadway musical Annie. Well, you know, I was halfway through. I think I'm gonna like it here when he broke down into tears, sobbing about his mama and his papa and his sister Eugenia. Well, you know, I grabbed that sword, I stuck it in my pocket, because if the gods had seen anything, he'd be sent to solitary right there. He would if I ain't covered for him. Y'all might say I saved his life with that singing and such. He was a beautiful man. When I was finally released after those 3 hours, I swore to myself. I swore, Spackle, sir, you ain't never want to experience the sting of prison violence no more. You get yourself right now, mister. It's exactly what I done. I went back to my little house and I put to work. Then one afternoon I was doing laundry. I reached in and I found that samurai sword in the pocket of my old kilt. I realized how lucky I was that I hadn't been poked right there in my Kentucky home. Then it struck me like a lightning bolt, I tell you. I had an epiphany. Collect, collect, collect. The voice inside my head was saying, collect, collect, collect. So that's what I do. I collect paper clips. Now I got me some favorites here too, like this one. This one is from Malaysia. Malaysia. 8th century. Now, this one here, this one is from Greenland. It's a Viking clip. Now this one's very special. This one, I had to dig through solid rock in the Valley of the Kings. My dear friend Zawi Hawass say this here is pre-dynastic period from ancient Egypt. Over 5,000 years old, that paperclip. That's an old clip. Uh-huh. Now, next week, I start off on my biggest collecting adventure. That's right, extraterrestrial paperclips. And we're going to start off in Roswell, New Mexico. Gonna get me one of them alien clips. Now, the alien clips are special. You see, the alien clips, they's reversed. Uh-huh. Oh, it's true. They's reversed. You see the tiny clip, right that there? That's on the outside. I know, the tiny clip is on the outside. The outside. Can you believe that? I mean, uh-huh.
Oh, the outside. Love the outdoors, huh? Fascinating. We, of course, wish him the very best of luck.
Fascinating. Fascinating, Steve? You know, paper clips weren't even invented until the 1890s.
He didn't look that old to me.
Now with a special note, here's Steve.
Thanks, Dav. Well, it's official. I'm not up for any sort of Nobel Peace Prize this year. Not the first time I've been excluded from consideration, and certainly not the last time, I'm sure. But I do want to thank those of you who chimed in on my behalf, touting my candidacy. I am touched and almost humbled by your efforts. But, you know, as far as I'm concerned, the world really has too many prizes anyway. I mean, you've got the Daytime Emmys, the Daytime Grammys, the stuff in the Cracker Jack boxes. Those are prizes, as well as so many sugary cereals that contain a special surprise for the little tyke in each and every one of us. So, I will remain priceless, and that's fine. But if you say it fast enough and with enough alcohol, it can also be heard as priceless. And that's what I think of each and every one of you who wrote to the Nobel Prize Package Committee and vouched for me to receive such a haughty trophy. For me, I think you're the noble ones for ever just thinking of me because, well, as you know, the roles were reversed. Dav.
Steve, you know, that personal note was quite prize-worthy in itself.
Really? You think so?
Yeah, really. The booby prize.
Do you always have to go dirty?
So that's This Week in Review with the Chamber of Comedy. I'm Dave Hanray.
And I'm Steve Burnett. Remember, when news breaks out, so do we.
Thank you, and good night. Well, that went well, I think.
Yeah, another prize-winning gem for the archives, huh?
I don't think I'd go that far. But I didn't want to correct you when you were on, Steve, but it's Nobel. It's not Noble.
Well, maybe we're talking about two different trophies, you know. I mean, after all, I say tomato, and you say potato.
Sir, two completely different foods, Steve.
But are they really, Dave?
They are. They are, Steve.
Yes, my point. Exactly. Hey, are we getting any feedback from our growing thongs of social media followers?
Thongs?
Yeah, you know,
Steve?
I don't do the Facegram and Instabooks and stuff like that. I'm a little bit in the dark with all that.
You're in the dark, all right. We still have a few hanging on, still watching, but Steve, I think you meant throngs, not thongs. Oh, jeez.
Nope. I definitely meant thongs.